Hey guys, welcome to FLCB podcast episode 21. So about episode 20, man, I fucked up big time. So we actually recorded the podcast like about 2 weeks ago, and I'm Jane, I'm accused of it. Forgot to upload it. I actually did upload it, but um it was like stuck in sort of like a limbo, where it was uploaded but it wasn't published, so it wasn't um it wasn't available to the listeners. So I'm really sorry about that. That was completely on me. So I did upload it today, so you might just don't get confused. So this one's the weekend review for the weekend of the November 25, 26, or was it like 24, 25 might have been. And the episode 20 was actually November 9 and 10, I believe. So yeah, it's a little confusing, man. So I'm really sorry about that. So and I again, we don't have an elaborate production. It's just me with my very limited skills with audio and like producing podcasts. So like this sort of fuck ups might happen from time to time. And again, like all I can do is apologize, take ownership of my mistake, and just move on. Again, so this is episode 21. Hope you guys enjoy it. So please like, share, and subscribe wherever you're listening this to. Thank you. Orvid, কি খবর?
এই তো নাসিমুল, কি অবস্থা তোমার?
তো চলতেছে অনেকদিন পর।
হ্যাঁ, লং একটা গ্যাপ গেছে মাঝখানে, আই গেস। আই মিন ইন্টারন্যাশনাল ব্রেক ছিল।
স্টুপিড ইন্টারন্যাশনাল ব্রেকস, তাই না? আচ্ছা, এনিওয়েজ, সো এর মধ্যে অনেক কিছু হয়েছে. So the biggest news obviously is we haven't discussed this yet, is Pochettino sacked by Tottenham Hotspur. And I think like within 12 hours, 12 to 16 hours or something, club announcement, Jose Mourinho taking over Tottenham. Announcement the hilarious thing is the statement was released by Tottenham, I think 6:15 a.m. UK time. Like they were like, shobai ghumay thako. I wouldn't want you to find out straight away. This is huge. Pochettino, like Tottenham over 5 years and like few months. He didn't win anything, but compared to Tottenham Koichilo 2014 to where they are right now, in between, I think, or a Champions League 3 bar qualify course, I guess. Second in the league in 2016, probably should have won.
Third in the league, right?
2016 a second. Oh, third. All right, yeah, sorry. Last game.
নিউক্যাসলের জন্য হয়নি বেসিক্যালি আর কি।
নিউক্যাসলের জন্যই তো হইছে। আচ্ছা,
নিউক্যাসলের জন্য চাইতে পারেনি আর কি, সেকেন্ডে আর কি, এইটাই বলতেছি।
Yeah, third, I think 2 বার third, 1 বার fourth in the last 3 seasons. Champions League final.
That's the big one আর কি ওদের জন্য, Champions League final.
So I didn't have title trophy is a big factor, but this man has done enormous for Tottenham. Like they got a stadium, they got like so many good players, like Harry Kane. You could say like he was like a Pochettino project, like so many other players like Dele Alli, Eric Dyer, Heung-min Son. Yeah, Son, and it's like so many players are so much better now than they were when they first started.
Team Sherwood, টুর্নামেন্ট একটা লেভেল, মানে কত ম্যানেজমেন্ট এরা গেছে যেগুলো আর কি এত মিডিওকর টুর্নামেন্টের জন্য, কম্পেয়ার্ড টু দ্যাট টটনহাম ইজ ইন আ মাচ বেটার ফুটিং। আই মিন একটা ম্যানেজারের আন্ডারে একটা স্টেডিয়াম বিল্ড আপ করাটাই একটা বিগ থিং আমার মতে। অনেকে ওয়েঙ্গারের কথা বলবে, লাইক ওয়েঙ্গার যেটা করছে, বা সিমিওনের আন্ডারে অ্যাথলেটিকো যে ট্রানজিশনটা করতে পারছে, এবং পচেত্তিনোর যদি ইফ হি ওয়াজন্ট লাইক স্মার্ট উইথ দিস বাইং, ওরা স্টেডিয়ামটা এইভাবে করতে পারতো না, বিকজ দে নিডেড সামওয়ান, they needed a manager যে ওদেরকে ফাইন্যান্সিয়ালি, মানে they wouldn't overspend, and somebody who can still put out a good product, like Wenger যেমন year after year, third, fourth, হইছে
টানা
with
20
limited
বছর
budget.
চ্যাম্পিয়ন্স লিগ খেলছে।
এটাই। So Pochettino অনেকটা ওই কাজটা করছে আর কি, ওই ট্রানজিশন পিরিয়ডটা not everybody can hold on to that, like you need a solid manager at that time যখন মানুষ স্টেডিয়াম চেঞ্জ করে, কারণ নর্মালি স্টেডিয়াম চেঞ্জ করলে you have to get used to new stadium also. Your performance went down a bit at the beginning compared to old stadium. এই কারণে আমি Pochettino অনেক ক্রেডিট দিব আর কি। আমি ফার্স্ট অফ অল যখন নিউজটা পাইছি আমি বলছি লাইক কি স্টুপিড ডিসিশন, বাট when I see Mourinho got like Mourinho কে যখন ওরা হায়ার করছে, I thought maybe মানে Mourinho is Mourinho. Yes, Mourinho huge আমার মতে, টর্নামেন্টের জন্য হিউজ ডিল এটা।
Yeah, so basically same thing. Like when I first got the news, Pochettino cannot like পাগল নাকি like ওর থেকে better manager কাকে পাবে? Like I never really thought that Jose Mourinho was a possibility, even though
Me neither.
like Mourinho this is very un-Mourinho like club actor, like because Mourinho prefers big stature, like box office. The Tottenham is there, like, but
Almost there.
Yeah, is there, but it's still not there yet.
এটাই
Like কাছাকাছি, but it's not blockbuster basically.
Almost there আর কি, আমি যেটা বলি আর কি।
Yeah, and plus Tottenham, they were what 14th, I think. 14th or 13th, I can't remember.
I think league position একটু ডিসিভিং, কারণ 14th to 7th এর গ্যাপ আসলে কতটাই।
Yes, but still, like I think 2019, if you take, like they have like ওদের তো পুরো relegation form almost.
হ্যাঁ 18th বা 17th হয়তো আর কি, যদি লাস্ট 30 গেম যদি।
And ওদের last away game win ছিল জানুয়ারিতে, which was against Fulham, who got relegated. And
I forget about them. Okay.
Like everything combined, like plus so many young Tottenham ethos ছিল, like young players, young attacking players, counter attacking football. Like it's very anti-Mourinho. So I never thought Mourinho possibility ছিল. But given that Mourinho কে পাইছে, in hindsight, after 12 hours, I think this was the right call. Like if you have an option between Pochettino and Mourinho, I think you're still gonna go with Mourinho.
I think so too.
Plus Mourinho benefit একটা ছিল, I think it does open Tottenham up to be able to sign big name players. Like I think last summer Daniel Levy,
not Pogba.
But Daniel Levy sort of Daniel Levy, like he wanted to buy, say, Gareth Bale, and or he wanted to buy Paulo Dybala, but and he couldn't, like a duta signing into, they were like forward stages, and Dybala was the big one. Like Dybala, I think Juventus agreed, everybody agreed, and Dybala was the one last moment he backed out, right? And so all of this happened, and now instead of Pochettino, you have Jose Mourinho. The chances of we type of deal going through, it just goes up. Like I'm not saying that Dybala would still come, but I'm saying the chance is higher, definitely. No. So if you're going into the market with a high-profile manager like Mourinho, like more players will be willing to come to you.
Absolutely. I think Mourinho probably. I think Mourinho, Tottenham, দুইজনের জন্য they needed this deal. I feel like it. কারণ Tottenham এমন একটা পজিশনে আছে, I think ওরা চ্যাম্পিয়ন্স লিগ মিস করাটা একটু টাফ, মানে it would put them in a bad position. এবং Mourinho needed a comeback to football, especially English football. Given মানে যে অপশনগুলো আছে এর মধ্যে, I think Tottenham, like রিয়াল মাদ্রিদ হয়তো ওপেন হইতো না, that's the thing. অনেকে রিয়াল মাদ্রিদ বলছে মানে days after days, but probably Real Madrid was never an option for Mourinho. So both of them needed this deal. I feel like it.
There's also the side point. I don't think too many. I think Mourinho বুঝছে যে like Bayern has an open position right now. Bayern caretaker manager, and it's very telling that Bayern caretaker manager থাকা অবস্থায়, like one of the biggest managerial names in football goes to Tottenham Hotspur. That means that just clearly shows that Bayern was not bothered with Mourinho.
I don't think Bayern and Mourinho doesn't go hand in hand.
Yeah, and same goes with, like, say, last summer when Inter Milan had an open position, like Juventus had an open.
আমার কাছে আরো baffling লাগছে, কারণ ও ইন্টারে কোচ ছিল, he knows Inter very well, এবং Inter still approach Conte.
Same goes for Juventus as well, right? And none of these clubs wanted him. Like if they wanted him, I think Mourinho goes to one of those clubs. Same with Real Madrid. Well, Real Madrid they take to different chilo because
Real Madrid
full season পায় না exactly, but and like here and there, and even যখন Real Madrid got Zidane, তখনও যদি Real Madrid had an idea যে Mourinho, like definitely knew that Mourinho was a possibility, and even then Perez thought we would rather go with Zidane, and all of these things. So Mourinho's stock has definitely dropped, I think, or Manchester United performance plus the way he left the club was like complete disaster. Same goes with
Chelsea departure আমার কাছে আরো খারাপ লাগছে.
I think Chelsea that like Tao you could see like Chelsea that he won a Premier League second.
Yeah, true. Okay. I mean, Man U given the team, given the performance, কিন্তু trophy জিতছে, you know.
But Man U like also the thing is like Man U or the thing that turned a lot of clubs off was Manchester United. He went directly after the owners. Like owners, like he went after the club. He went after Ed Woodward. I'm a defender. I defender there. But then again, ও কিন্তু Eric Bailly and Lindelof কে অনেক টাকা দিয়ে কিনছে আগের 2 season. So when Ed Woodward goes তোমাকে last 2 season আমি almost 100 million, I don't know, maybe it was like 80 million দিয়ে দুটো ডিফেন্ডার দিয়েছি, তুমি কেন এখন আবার ডিফেন্ডার চাইতেছো? Because ওগুলো ফেলিয়ার ছিল, তুমি এখন যেটা কিনবে সেটা ফেলিয়ার মানে হইতে পারে, and it's all of these things, and he spent what over 300 million. তারপরেও ম্যানচেস্টার ইউনাইটেড স্পোর্টস
পগবা লুকাকু অনেক প্লেয়ার কে কিনছে তো
Manchester still plays Fred in midfield after Jose Mourinho spent 300 million, and Fred was one of his buys as well for 50
disaster, 53 million disaster.
So all of this things, the Mourinho stock was pretty low. This is the best Tottenham could have gotten. Like Tottenham এর জন্য I don't think Tottenham এর থেকে better manager পাইতে পারতো. Our Mourinho definitely, I don't think Tottenham এর থেকে better club এখন পাইতে
পারতো এটাই। So আমি এটাই বলতেছি দুজনের জন্য I think this is a good decision, মানে এটাই ওদের appropriate fit আর কি এখন।
So good news for Tottenham. Weekend they faced off against West Ham away. So West Ham has their own problems. So and Manuel Pellegrini. Yeah, Pellegrini is almost on the verge of going out of his way from the football club. So Tottenham 3-0 up from and very fast football as well. Like the team seemed so very Mourinho. Different. Yeah, it was very.
It's a breath of fresh air. I mean, like I think
it was a very Pochetino type performance, I would say. Heung-min Son, Lucas Moura, Harry Kane. Tottenham 3-0 up after 49 minutes, and then Mikel Antonio scored for West Ham.
I think last goal was one of the 96 minute.
And 96 minutes. Ogbonna for 3-2. So like lasted hiccup একটু ছিল. Even lasted thing I would say lasted 30 minutes or more, including the injury time. I would say Tottenham did look shaky at the back. And that's something Mourinho will have to address. Even we'll talk about it later. But Tottenham defense there seems like there are still a lot of problems, even though they have on paper some really good defenders.
I mean, Vertonghen, we should count him out. Vertonghen, I don't know if he's. I mean, Vertonghen, Eriksson, either player, like we should count them out because of what happened out of the field and whatnot. Kintu Davinson Sanchez, Alderweireld is a good pairing. I don't know. They're good, solid defenders. So, and I think Gazzaniga.
And the biggest surprise this game was, I think Aurier actually had a really good game.
Oh, that's a shocker.
Yeah, he seems like our Son was like, I think Heung-min Son is like the perfect Mourinho type player. So is sort of Lucas Moura as well. Like we're saying, like the forward line is very Mourinho like, because the Mourinho like back in his Chelsea days, like he had Damien Duff, Jasper Gonkier, and
Ian
Robin actually I think X season পরে আসছিল, and like he's very well known for these type of players. I think Lucas Moura, Heung-min Son, they would fit in perfectly. And Harry Kane, if he can keep his scoring boots on, so I think there's no issues there. And Dele Alli, you have an idea, Dele Alli, like his nasty side. Mourinho likes those type of players as well. Same goes for Eric Dyer as well.
I mean, Sissoko, for example. Sissoko would be a good...
I mean, আমার মনে হয় Sissoko অনেক গেম টাইম পাবে এই সিজন।
Sissoko এমনি অনেক ইমপ্রুভ করছে। Yes, but এখন I think Mourinho under আরো অনেক ইমপ্রুভ করবে। Yeah, that's true. I mean, looks very, very old মানে Pochettino টাইপ ফুটবল আর কি, এটাই আমার কাছে সারপ্রাইজিং লাগছে যে লাইক it didn't look that changed style আর কি.
Do you think like he will be able to convince people like Eriksen and Alderweireld to?
The thing is, I mean, sorry, Vartogen. It was Vartogen, right?
Yeah, Alderweireld as well, Oro contract up this season.
Oh, acha. I think Mourinho আসার কারণে এখন একটা চান্স আছে, because let's be honest, Poch আমি অনেক পছন্দ করি, but at the end of the day, Poch dressing room he wasn't convincing others, so এই জন্যই mainly he got the axe, ঠিক আছে? So I think Mourinho can convince them. I do believe, কারণ Mourinho, I think they will listen to someone like Mourinho. I see that. I can see it.
I think Alderweireld case he is 30 years old.
And Alderweireld, I don't think.
I think he'll be like 31 by the time our contract expires, and he's asking for actually more money than he's on right now. And Daniel Levy, like he's not going like 31-year-old character raise the at.
I doubt it.
I doubt it as well. So I think Alderweireld. Yeah, I think Alderweireld is gone. I don't think he has a place in the club. For Eriksen might be a different issue because I don't know like Eriksen kotota Mourinho like fashionable type of player. Even they're like quite a player is or have a team like I actually kind of worry about, like someone like Harry Winks. Harry Winks, like you look at him like he's very anti more like un-Mourinho like. And then there's also Giovanni Lo Celso as well. Like these are not typical Mourinho players. And whereas if you look Eric Dyer, like he's beefy boy, like he's a big guy, like Wanyama, yeah, exactly. Yeah, these like I wouldn't be surprised if.
To be honest, Eriksen's personal life can বলতেছি, but to be frankly speaking, Eriksen's last year form যে খুব মানে after Christmas nothing really, মানে or I don't know, Eriksen's stock is falling probably. I maybe Eriksen হয়তো maybe ওর peak শেষ. I'm just saying, I mean probably speculate করতেছি, but maybe Eriksen would never be the same again.
Yeah. All right. So moving on, I think that's enough talk of Tottenham. We spent a lot of time. So Manchester City, Chelsea. Yeah, is this one of those like slightly disappointing things? Chelsea red hot, like I think 6 Premier League wins in a row, 7 or 8 in I can't remember. They have great form, and then pura attacking football, like very free flowing. Lampard-like team, and then comes to the champions Manchester City, and the performance just isn't there. Like they had a lot of possession, but like kotoguli clear cut chances, like ওই level ছিল না, and they weren't creating as much.
I think first 25 minutes, I think up to De Bruyne goal পর্যন্ত Chelsea upper hand ছিল, but then it totally changes. And then
upper hand ছিল, but it was just a lot of possession, right? It was a lot of sideways.
I mean, they were position ছিল এবং ম্যান সিটি প্রেসিং এ কাজ হচ্ছিল না. That's the point আর কি. At that time মানে they were playing out of their way kind of. কিন্তু চেলসির এখন যে জিনিসটা চেলসির মানে ভিজিবল ল্যাম্পার্ড I think big team against ল্যাম্পার্ডের রেকর্ড স্টিল আর কি I mean he's still in his early stage of career, so আমাদের খুব বেশি স্পেকুলেট করার কিছু নাই, বাট ওর বিগ টিম এগেইনস্ট ওর পারফরম্যান্স মানে অনেক ইমপ্রুভ করতে হবে আর কি ওর এখনো. He has a long way to go আর কি বিগ গেমে, especially Man U against Hargula.
But Liverpool against it, they played really well. Liverpool.
I think Liverpool against it, they created a lot of chances.
Probably deserve
a draw. I don't know. I mean, a footnote দিতে চাই. এই বছর Liverpool against so many teams miss so many easy clear-cut chances every game.
Do you XG follow করো expected goals or something?
Nah, is there?
But like this XG কিন্তু is a big deal Europe. Like Europe is I think more in like Scandinavian football, like or Germany. Like it's a very big deal. Like there's a very big contingent Europe. Like they're looking every game XG before you look at everything. Like
I heard of it XG.
It's expected goals basically. But I think it's worth some. I mean, I won't say that I'm fully research coursey, but it's like a cult following almost, like Hashigo. I would be really curious to see Liverpool against a অন্য টিমের XG কেমন. I won't be surprised if it's very high.
Anyway, going back to Chelsea, Kante scored, right? Kante scored for Chelsea. I thought Chelsea started really well, but something like once Man City took over, Man City quality, I think Chelsea is at the end of the day, you have to admit Chelsea is still there is still a long way to go. It's like এখন একটা work in progress এর মতো Chelsea. So I don't expect Chelsea to go to Etihad আর কি মানে to boss them. But I think Lampard has a long way to go in terms of big game management.
Yeah, I think I think Liverpool against the performance was slightly different. I think Liverpool against they were really good. Yeah, I think this one I was slightly disappointed. I think I would say. I don't think he played the same way he did the rest of this. And then again, maybe Man City against you don't, because they lost 2-1. But Man City is the type of team if they really Man City if they're on it. And remember, they lost this game 6-0 last season, right? Chelsea, Etihad is 6-0. So obviously it's an improvement. It's a big improvement. And probably Lampard was slightly worried. If we go attacking football, who knows what will happen.
Man City is still able to do harse, but they beat teams 8-0. So the thing is, Man City against them attacking খেলতে পারবে না Etihad. That's just not on the cards.
It depends on Manchester City within mood আছে নাকি, because there's no doubt Man City on their day is the best team in the world, probably.
I agree. Okay, what's next?
Right, let's talk about Liverpool. So the league leaders. So again, Liverpool is just getting away with so much. First of all,
I mean, it's baffling.
Exactly.
It's baffling. I mean, it's scandalous to me. এখন আমাকে say it's scandalous. I have no explanation. I don't know what referee sees there. This is disgusting. I'm running out of words. Juventusের কিছু decision নিয়ে complain করছে. This is worse, I think. This is definitely worse. I have nothing. আমি কিছু বলার নেই আসলে এই ব্যাপারে আর. And on top of that, I think even without that, Zaha last যে মিসটা করছে. It was a sitter. Like এই মিসগুলো হচ্ছে লিভারপুল against it. I saw week after week, big like any team, big or small, সবাই মিস করতেছে লিভারপুল against it. This is there. It has to be.
A position থেকে the way things are going after 13 games, it's impossible almost. You would see any sort of turnaround between now and May. Especially considering
I think December will be make or break. December হচ্ছে ওদের fixture congestion এ পড়বে ওরা.
But you still see like a game কিন্তু সালা খেলে নাই. And
true.
And they still have Oxlade-Chamberlain they can bring in.
I think লিভারপুলের বেঞ্চটাকে আমি ওইভাবে ক্রেডিট দেই না যতটা ক্রেডিট আমার দেওয়া উচিত। আমি লিভারপুলে সবসময় মনে করি like if they have one weakness is bench.
I think Chamberlain last season injured ছিল, so but this season having him
it's back, like a new signing for them.
Age-old cliche, by the way. Any injured player comes
Wenger cliche আর কি anyway. Wenger বলতো না এটা. Anyway,
Liverpool still conceding goals. They're not conceding a lot of goals, but they're almost conceding every game, which maybe later in the season might be a concern. But their defense, it doesn't look as formidable as
last year. না কোনোভাবেই না, আমি মনে করি না। ফিরমিনো গোলটার ব্যাপারে কিছু বলো, like it was a very scrappy lucky goal.
And that's been Liverpool for a while now.
Yeah, true. But the thing is, ওরা কিন্তু comeback করে. That's the thing. They always
come back. And I'm like, ওরা কতগুলি গোল দিছে after like 80 minutes. Like winning goal. 96 minutes. কত কিছু like
Aston Villa gameটা like literally এটা 1 point অনেক too much মনে হচ্ছিল, but পুরো 3 point নিয়ে আসছে. So তারপর লালানা Man U against it. They have scored so many goals after 80 minutes.
Yeah.
Scary. 80 পরে Liverpool's going to score against you. It doesn't matter. Like it's inevitable. You see it coming. 85 minute, 84, 89 minute, 96 minute, 94 minute. It is scary. Liverpool has to win the league.
I want to go through this quick. So let's talk about Arsenal, Southampton. So Arsenal, like so lucky a game because Southampton, when they were 2-1 up, there was one really good chance. Sorry, I'm actually player নামটা মনে আসতেছে না, but একটা chance, it was like criminal. How do you miss? I think he would have like very easy একটা pass ছিল and he completely missed the pass, like missed just like a cross করতে হইতো. It was just like the most insane. Like we easy একটা pass.
Defender মানে literally ball সোক্রাটিস মনে হয় করে সামথিং এটা
হ্যাঁ
ফুল পাস
সক্রেটিস একটা মিস্টেকের থেকে চান্সটা ক্রিয়েট হয় এক্স্যাক্টলি
এবং somebody was totally free in 6 yards
এক্স্যাক্টলি এবং
ক্রসটা
পাসটাও খুব একটা ইজি ছিল আর এত জোরে একটা ক্রস করে
এবং একটা ক্রস দিছে মাই গড আমার মনে পড়ছে এটা বাট আমার
আচ্ছা ওইটা ছিল তারপর আরেকটা চান্স ছিল there was another one that was but ওইটা at least গোলকিপারের গায়ে লাগছিল which was all right but Southampton should have been at least like 4-1 up 90 minutes like going into injury time সেখানে Lacazette again like I think I'm sure like if anyone's listening has been listening to this I'm a huge fan of Lacazette I think he's very versatile I think he's way more versatile than Aubameyang is probably a better goal scorer. Yeah, but Lacazette is a type of player like everybody would want in their team.
It's like Henry versus Barkham.
Yeah, maybe if his finishing was like on par or finishing positioning as well, maybe was on par with like some great players, like he probably would be a really, really well-rounded, like even a better well-rounded striker. Our goal scoring numbers would improve as well, and probably Unai Emery needs to take some of those blame as well because like why isn't he being utilized as well he should be, which is
a lot of time Emery it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Arsenal defense নিয়ে আমাদের কিছু বলার নেই আমরা অলরেডি বলে ফেলছি week after week so
Arsenal get out of jail completely. That's my point. Like 96 minutes Lacazette goalটা দিয়ে he seemed like almost depressed.
I think he was sad যে Emery sacked হচ্ছে না এই গোলের কারণে.
Like that's hilarious. And I think he was almost like people were like Arsenal এত বাজে খেলছে. He was probably thinking we don't deserve anything and we're going to get a point for this. Goalটা was also bad defending by Southampton. Southampton, this would have been huge, by the way, to win away Emirates.
And given all the position, already 3 point নিয়ে আসতে পারতো এখানে, it's a big deal.
It's a huge deal. Even 1 point is a huge deal, but 3 points would have been insane. All right. We want to quickly do Manchester United again. So Manchester United, somebody needs to tell Manchester United the football game 90 minute hoy. It's not just 10 minutes because Manchester United প্রথম 70 minutes 70 minutes এত বাজে খেলছে
disaster
পুরো terrible পরে 10 মিনিট খুব ভালো খেলছে আবার লাস্টে 10 মিনিট খুব বাজে খেলছে which was like
এটা আসলে Ole master class 10 minutes magic super sub effect
clownism to the power infinity literally because again I think it just shows that Manchester United talented players আছে actually and maybe a better manager could do more with this club. With 10 minutes, they were really like sublime. And given actually Sheffield United, they were probably going through a phase as well. They switched off completely. I think first goal to Pore, you can almost feel like even the whole stadium, like fans are out, they were like a little scared. Oh, this is Manchester United. This is what happens to everybody. Because we have seen like Manchester United, even though this team is nothing, but there's that fear factor. Like like people who have been watching Premier League for 20 years, they know Manchester United are a fear factor, and I think that's what there was some level of like fear, dissension. It just escalated. Rashford was amazing. Rashford, or he turned his season around, turned his like almost career around last.
I mean, I would still wait for Rashford. I don't really.
He does go through phases, right?
Or phase jai. So I mean, like I have seen this before. So.
হ্যাঁ সবাই এখন ওরে পাগলের মতন ফ্যান্টাসি টিমে নিবে পরে
I don't know this guy. এটা খুবই unpredictable. তোমার
this is great. Like ইংল্যান্ডের জন্য he scored, তাই না, ইন্টারন্যাশনাল ব্রেকে. Like এর আগে like he's been in
he's performing well last 1 month. I mean I would give it to him, but কাহিনী হচ্ছে ওর যাই ফেসগুলো এটাই হচ্ছে পয়েন্ট.
Yeah, this well at the end I think দুই টিমই they should be happy. Manchester United 2-0 down ছিল to get a point away at Sheffield was what fifth,
sixth, something.
Yeah, they were fifth at the start of the week.
No, actually sixth, fifth and Wolverhampton.
I know, but I think I'm saying like weekend শুরুতে they were
শুরুতে ফিফথ ছিল ওরা
হ্যাঁ
ছিল হ্যাঁ
so it's not a bad result for Manchester United 1 point away at Sheffield United আর অন্যদিকে for Sheffield being 3-2 down like to score 90th minute equalizer is also not a bad result. So I think both teams should be relatively happy. We should do Leicester City. Yeah, so Jamie Vardy's amazing goal scoring record continues. Scored a penalty. Onodiga was he also assisted for Isaac Perez. It's his first goal.
Yes, that's true. I mean, good for Perez. He moved to a bigger club.
Well, he moved to a better team. Bigger club was questionable.
Better team. Okay. I give you that. Bigger club.
Well, better team by a long margin, basically. Leicester is like, if they have, and plus other front six, I would say. Front five rather.
Barnes,
Vardy, James Maddison, Tielemans, Perez, and Harvey Barnes. Yeah,
Wilfred NDD's কথা ভুললে চলবে না. Wilfred NDD season
really great, and he's
covered. NDD is as good as Kante was that season এখন পর্যন্ত আর কি. So far আমি যদি compare করি আর কি.
Fair point.
He is that good.
Yeah,
so,
NDD.
I mean the Bullseye last week. I think we talked about it. 8 Leicester team even on paper even better than 16 team. I mean 16 কিছু loophole ছিল.
No, this team is like definitely better than 16.
Like better, it's just they're unlucky.
Better team, probably even better manager as well. Like, we love
Ranieri. Ranieri, you never know. Ranieri is also that type of manager. He might have a great season, but overall his career could be underachieving at a manager. When he failed to live up most of the case.
So this is like you say, like look at like right back. Pereira has been amazing, right?
Chilwell, Pereira probably
even better. But I'm just saying other right back. ওই টাইটেল উইনিং সিজনে ছিল ড্যানি সিমপসন who was that?
I think
Newcastle United. Christian Fuchs.
He's a good player, but I'm mone kori এটা upgrade.
Chilwell, and then even defense you Soinchu and Evans.
থেকে I think Kaglar Soinchu better defender. I think so.
Nah, I would 100% agree. And even like the whole midfield as well, like all the kids, all Brighton chilo, they had
Mahrez probably is the big miss. Mahrez's level, because I think NDD is doing as good as Kante, but Mahrez's level কেউ perform করতেছে না. I don't see someone like I don't think Perez বা Harvey Barnes but কেউই Mahrez's level ছিল না. Mahrez that season was phenomenal. I think that's one big miss.
Maybe that's the difference. Like that will be the difference between them and Liverpool, or them and
Liverpool is in a
maybe they miss one player like Riyad Mahrez.
I think Vardy even got better.
Yeah, and Vardy is a better player now. Probably. That's not. And I, good luck to them. I would say.
Looking at the table.
So let's just quickly go through it. So Liverpool, at the top, the top 3-1.
Huge gap.
Yeah. Well, okay, actually, I said the top 3-1. Third, actually, Chelsea. So Man City actually overtook Chelsea. So it's 8 points from Liverpool and Leicester, and then 9 points with Liverpool and Man City. Chelsea down to fourth with 26 points, 2 behind Man City. Wolverhampton Wanderers up to fifth. Remember, they were going through like key strugglers and Nunonia, there were questions like, okay, they have turned things around big time. So up to 19, Sheffield down from 5th to 6th. Burnley having a good season. Arsenal 8th, so Man U 9th, Tottenham 10th. So how the almighty has fallen. But looking at these,
only 2 points.
You can definitely see Tottenham shooting up the table with Mourinho in charge. With Arsenal, with Unai Emery and Man U, I wouldn't be surprised if like Man U end up like if they stick with Solskjaer the whole season. It wouldn't surprise me if Man U 8th or 9th hoy. Wouldn't surprise me one bit.
কিভাবে ওরা stick up করবে? I think he's gonna get the X.
I'm surprised he's lasted as long as he has. I'm
most fired is that was আমি বলছিলাম পচের কথা, তুমি বলছো like পচের fired হওয়ার চান্স নাই, এবং true পচের fired হওয়াটা সারপ্রাইজিং ছিল. Like Ole should be gone. যদি Poch Poch fire দিতে পারে, I think 10 জন লিগে 5 to 10 ম্যানেজারের পজিশন আরো vulnerable Poch'ের তুলনায়, so I don't know. Yeah. West Ham 17 by the way. West Ham was in 4th 5th at some point. সেখান থেকে ওরা 17th এ নামছে, so totally different মানে opposite end of the table. I think Everton lost this week.
So yeah, I wanted to talk about that one because at the time of recording this podcast, Marco Silva is still in charge of Everton, which baffles me. Like Everton at home, they lost to Norwich City. Norwich City has been in the worst form like ever. I think they're still missing like 4 or 5 first team starters through injury. It's just like crazy. So Norwich City, out of their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So out of the last 7 games, lost 6, drawn 1. And they go to Everton.
I think they were last before start. Winner I think the 18th test.
Yeah,
and Watford was pretty terrible this year. So being last is really a bad thing. It's Marco Silva নিয়ে তুমি যেটা বলতেছিলে, I think Marco Silva biodata এবং Marco Silva, like he's very lucky যে ওই টাইপের টিম ম্যানেজ করতে পারতেছে.
I think this is the end. I don't think এটার পরে he would get like a belief. I think England he's Saudi Arabia. Yeah, England
he has to go to Saudi Arabia to get a good contract next.
There is no way any idiot owner or director of football or whatever England would give him a job after this one. Because he's done nothing. Like, Watford he failed. Hull he did well a little bit, but it hardly counts.
So ওই কয়েকটা glory, কয়েকটা 10 game দিয়ে আর চলছে।
আর Watfordের সিজনের শুরুতে I think he had like 7 or 8 good games. ওটা নিয়ে like he got the Everton job. I mean, this is just baffling. I think maybe he's really good.
Game qualify করা উচিত আর কি, even if he does well.
So bottom 3 is Norwich, Southampton, and Watford. And I know a lot of people listening will want me to address this. So Newcastle lost to Aston Villa, which is like the saddest thing ever.
Villa almost creeping up, 14th and 15th. No.
So they're still আমাদের পিছে টেবিলে, so fuck them.
Consolation, huh?
They'll level on points with Everton, so just shows how whatever season they have. So Newcastle very sad because Newcastle game cheatle actually would have gone up to 9th, which would have like and above Man United.
And lately Newcastle's form probably bhalo chilo.
Yeah, we won 2 in a row before this one. I think Monday the away game is never fun, I think, because it's difficult for fans.
Obviously.
Yeah, and especially Newcastle fans. Like Newcastle fans are out of the way. Like Newcastle আশেপাশে কোনো ক্লাবই নাই, to be fair. So and thankfully it's Birmingham. Birmingham actually
not too
England is center. Like
what if it was Southampton or Brighton?
Like insane. Or like even London is insane for Newcastle fans. Like, London is
extreme situation.
It's a good 5.5 hour drive. Like 5.5 hour straight drive. Our Monday the traffic Taylor, it's probably like 6.5 hour drive, one way too, and then it's insane. It's just Monday night football I never do. Friday I'm okay with, because at least Friday if you go there, like you can stay at the hotel niye thakba, pore din you can just come back. But Monday the football
England তো actually মানুষজন Monday night football নিয়ে more used to, এবং তার Friday night football নিয়ে complain করছিল। Friday night football.
I think because Monday মানুষ বেশি বাসায় থাকে, so people tend to watch it, like the ratings better পায়, I guess. TV ratings এর জন্য Monday is better, and Friday more people go out and stuff. So
but
TV ratings এর জন্য
stadium এর জন্য ভালো, stadium crowd এর জন্য।
Yeah, so I just like Monday football is just so annoying. It's just super annoying.
Okay. Let's move on to a league যেখানে মানুষ Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday 4 দিন খেলে। La Liga.
আর একটা league যে league actually মানে সব গেম আলাদা আলাদা হয়। And they have like 10টা গেম 10টা different times.
They have 10টা উইন্ডোতে হয়। কোনো গেম একসাথে 2টা গেম হইতে পারবে না।
11টায় গেম শুরু হয়। স্প্যানিশ
সকাল 11টা থেকে রাত 11টা পর্যন্ত। আচ্ছা হ্যাঁ, চলো আমরা La Liga নিয়ে কথা বলি।
Before we go into La Liga, we're going to take a little pause, and we'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah.
For the La Liga review.
Okay.
And we're back. Alright, so we're moving on to La Liga. And as we've already mentioned, এটা একটা league যাদের কোনো টাইমের কোনো সেন্স নাই. They don't give a shit about anybody. যখন যাই খেলা ফেলানো ইচ্ছে সে খেলা ফেলাবে। Anyway, so we'll start with Barcelona, I guess. So Leganes initially, again, even before the game, like you were like the level of Kibo, like the level of hatred towards um, Valverde is getting a little crazy with all this Barcelona fans. Like Onek Barcelona fans, like on social media, it's like I hope we lose this game because that way maybe Valverde might get fired.
Barcelona, Real Madrid, especially হয়তো Barcelona in last decade, their fans are spoiled. কারণ at the end of the day, they got what 3 points, so that's what matters. I mean, Barcelona is still in number 1, so they, so I, okay, Valverde can be frustrating. I mean, deny করবো না, but কাহিনী হচ্ছে Barcelona fanদের একটু over the top reaction. I mean, pretty much all the Barcelona.
I think Barcelona game declare like the one thing that might frustrate a lot of people. It's like the game is very slow.
True.
Like I mean, Barcelona Kala, like I'm not gonna say Barcelona ever was a really quick side. Like Barcelona was like never really, except for maybe Messi. At one point, he was like really quick. But you know, Barcelona never had like this super quick players.
One touch.
Yeah, like they had quick fullbacks. Like Dani Alves was quick. Jordi Alba is quick. So, but they it's not the side known for. But then still, I don't know their gameplay. Like even passing, like more players they're thinking too long before making a pass. Like I get, you know, the ball would go to a player and they would just pass. And I don't know if they're taking
even like a sideway pass. It takes
maybe taking like a second longer and
তারপরে switching sides খুব slow. মানে by then everybody is back. Park the bus. Our Spain team every year they're getting better in defense. So
and I think they're also
defensive league, to be honest.
Also, the thing is Barcelona, like Barcelona, Luis Enrique under Barcelona did change their system of play. Luis Enrique was more direct, I feel, but Valverde is like a really terrible version of like Barcelona, like a really really bad version of Barcelona. Puran tiki-taka version.
8, 9, 10 okay.
Like a really bad version. Obviously 8, 9, 10 এর মতন ওই level of player নাই ওদের, even though they have some really good players, but obviously 8, 9, 10 level of player না. Plus it's you can only play a system for so long before অন্য team
they can
figure it out.
Yeah.
So like, you know, 90s everybody played 4-4-2, but then people stopped playing 4-4-2 because everybody figured out 4-4-2. Then they moved to 4-3-3, and then people started figuring out 4-3-3. So they moved to 4-2-3-1. They moved everything. Remember, at one point, diamond system was so popular football.
I think John Zidane Galacticos one era time.
And now, if you think like at the team with the diamond formation, Kelly, you would think like they would get murdered.
Nobody plays diamond. Diamond is probably obsolete. Or at least for the 10 years obsolete.
Like imagine Steve Bruce a weekend Man City against the diamond formation খেলে মানে Man City তো মানে ভোরা গোল দিবে. So it's just like you have to adapt. I don't think Barcelona, even the players they buy, they never really adapted. They never really, like Luis Enrique under they did change. Luis Enrique was way more direct. Was more like, you know,
Luis Enrique wasn't tiki-taka, so
he was. And ওটা নিয়ে মানুষ complain করছে কিন্তু. Like there's a lot of people in Barcelona, like I'm not just talking about fans, I'm talking about like media as well, like like he's taken the identity out of Barcelona. But wait, hang on, like Barcelona, like Guardiola, like you could say that Guardiola took the identity of Barcelona because Barcelona to aage tiki-taka killed na. So
we logic here, going by that logic, ঠিক আছে?
Yeah.
I think Valverde, like when they switch side from one side to the other, it takes them forever. Like it's like so slow. I mean, they say stuff like it's not a good crisp side switch. John Javi chilo, for example,
and it's not very like it's not very easy to watch a Barcelona game anymore.
I think it's very boring. I mean, every week Barcelona khela, I'm not looking forward.
I would honestly rather watch Real Madrid any day.
Yes, in terms of like style, Barcelona style, it's really boring. I think one of the most boring. Let's move on to Madrid.
No, you want to speak about the game, so Barcelona 1-0 down
against 20th team, right?
Yeah, and well, I don't know if they're okay. Well, they had Champions League chilo week did midweek Dortmund against it. But I don't know how much.
Maybe they had a second eye on that game. That's why I think it's a good result. I mean, okay, it's not against a big team.
It's not a really good result. Like Leganes are not that good.
I get it. I mean, my point is, they get 3 points. Seasonal শুরুতে বার্সেলোনা এমন একটা পজিশনে ছিল যে they were dropping points against left and right against nobodies. So এই জন্য বলতেছি আমি। Vidal, I think one of the best buys for Barcelona in the last 2 years. 2 years. He complements
because Vidal is different. It's very different. Yeah.
I think Barcelona needed an enforcer type of player.
I think Barcelona could do well with a quick, like a Vidal type of player, but who's faster.
Maybe they will. They should buy someone like that.
Like a Vidal type, maybe
a younger Vidal. I mean, like someone
younger
version.
So yeah, okay, fine. Luis Suarez scored as well in that game, and Vidal got the winner, 79th minute. It was a very get out of jail card, really, for Barcelona. So Real Madrid, I think I'm gonna name this podcast Karim Benzema
Appreciation
fan club, because I think this guy is amazing. Is he the best striker in the world right now on form? Better form of Vardy, but this guy is insane. He's insane, and it's not just goal scoring. He's creating chances, like he's like taking defenders out, making space for other players. Like
he's like Rooney, like literally can play any position in the
Rooney we face, and he's what 32,
31, I think.
He should be back in the French squad.
That's probably not gonna happen because France or French দের সম্পর্ক খারাপ অনেক.
Because of the video thing.
And also French racism আছে কিছুটা, I guess. Also, ওর সাথে টিমের অনেকের প্রবলেম আছে. I think that's another issue. From Miller.
We should talk about Federico Valverde. Different Valverde, better for Valverde.
Barcelona fans are a nightmare. Valverde naam.
Yeah, so this guy, you have this guy in your team. Why did Zidane really want to buy Paul Pogba again? Like anybody? Like Paul Pogba was $120 million spent for ki dorkar mane. What was the thought process?
I didn't know Federico Valverde is Uruguayan.
Well, so it's not. I'm not surprised because Uruguay took the level of players that are coming out.
Obviously, I'm possible Spanish. I was under this impression you were Spanish. Okay. Pogba, I don't know. Zidane কিছু fixation আছে কিছু প্লেয়ার যেমন হ্যাজার্ড নিয়ে ছিল.
Remember, Zidane even threatened to quit যে Pogba কে sign না করলে. Like this guy is just okay. This guy is amazing. I'll say, like he's very good. Our game intelligence is really appreciated for someone who's like 21 years old.
Yeah.
He already seems like
a natural replacement.
Yeah, as a very, very well thought out, very fast thinking player.
Don't you think Modric has him having a good season এই বছর?
Modric, well, it's like I don't want to say it just because he scored, but yeah, he had a really good game.
I think even not I think probably Benzema best player.
I would say every single 90 minutes of Real Madrid this season to make that point that Modric has really improved, but from last season, like Modric is a great player, of course, but he
has to improve from last season. I mean, last season is a very low standard.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Like Modric is quality, and Modric, like age shouldn't really be a big factor for Luka Modric because it's not like he's like his gameplay is centered around him being a really quick player. And to be honest, like Modric, even 10 years ago, he wasn't like, even when he was like say 24 years old, he wasn't really all that quick either.
I think what pace একই ছিল. আমি কোনো difference দেখি না pace.
Okay. Oh, by the way, breaking news before we go to Atletico. UFC just announced Conor McGregor versus Cowboy Cerrone. UFC 246, January 18. Okay. McGregor is back.
This is probably the easiest fight for McGregor.
Maybe we'll talk about a little bit about this.
Let's talk about it later. Okay. Before everybody starts tuning off. Okay. Granada Atletico.
Yeah, well, so UFC Nico holding Atletico is natural. If there's Atletico fans listening to this, they'll be like, "Oh, this is what's set up, like it intentional." But Atletico with another draw. They won the International Breaker Aguirre game that they won. I forgot but they're back to their drawing ways, which is a bit intense. Like I think I think the last 8 game, I think they drew 7 or 7 game they drew 6 or something crazy. It's just
I think last 5 game or 3টা ড্র ছিল লিগে। It's a very like মানে এরকম একটা flying started পর where at one point they were 5 points ahead, 4 points ahead of Real Barca. সেখান থেকে like literally 5-6 points behind. This is just bad. I mean,
Atletico, I think just that forward line has to start clicking soon. I think that's the thing.
I don't
I
remember
think,
when is the last time Diego Costa goal this year. Diego Costa, Felix was injured for like quite some time, and I think Morata
is the only one who's ever scoring. Right?
একটু গোল দিছে আর কি। Even Vitolo,
I think Morata scored like 5 games.
Vitolo probably 2টা game goal দিছে। That's about it. Scoring goals is always the problem with Atletico, but একটা জিনিস তো মানতে হবে, সেটা হচ্ছে অ্যাথলেটিকো অনেক 1-1 ড্র করছে। দ্যাট মিন্স ওরা ক্লিন শিটও রাখতে পারতেছে না, যেটা গুডিন থাকতে ওরা রাখতো আর কি।
Yeah, it's probably that because the 1-0 goal they're turning into 1-1s. I still think like Diego Simeone has probably the safest job in Spain. I would say.
I always used to say Poch had a very safe job, but
no, I think this is very different. This is not even close. I don't think Pochettino had a safe job. I think Diego.
I think Klopp, Guardiola level are safe. I would say, yeah.
I think Klopp, Guardiola, Poche. I would argue not even Klopp. Maybe probably Guardiola or Poche. He's probably has a safer job than Klopp.
Klopp had a safe job, man. Klopp had first 2 season Klopp literally কি করছে।
I think the thing is, if Liverpool finish outside the top 4, Klopp might go. But I think Atletico, they might finish 6 or 7. I don't think Simeone is going. That's my আমার judging parameter হচ্ছে ওইটা। No, that's not the point. I don't think Simeone's job is under question anyway. The point is, I think Simeone understands he needs to change the team and process to start করছে। And it's almost like I think they need a little more time. I think season শুরুর দিকে resultগুলি maybe was a little Atletico overachieving. Maybe this is probably their standard. They might be a little below Sevilla a season, and they might finish below Sevilla, which is entirely possible. As long as I think they get top 4, I think they're sort of okay, and they can come back stronger. Maybe আরো একটা দুইটা transfer window পরে things will get easier.
The thing is, আমার কাছে যেটা মনে হয় Simeone কিছুটা like he needs to evolve a bit. That's what I feel like.
The problem is, this is Atletico last 2 season, not this season. Last আগের 2 season. If you think about it, Atletico season শুরুতে, and Simeone always says, like Simeone or interview তে এসে বলে যে, oh, we're gonna play different this season. We're gonna evolve and blah blah blah. Well, they probably evolve word to use corner, but he says it in that sense. And then Atletico season শুরু করে, they start attacking football like season শুরুতে. They're winning, they're scoring 3-4 goals. They're going all out. This is the new Atletico. Erpore around something like November, December comes, and then they start losing games here and there, blah blah blah, and then everybody starts panicking, and then they go back to the old Atletico of like grinding out results 1-0.
Okay, that's a good, fair point. আমার যেটা মনে হয় আর কি সেটা হচ্ছে every big managers need a break from time to time just to reinvent himself.
Well, I don't think it's happening.
Probably not. I think both of them are very attached to each other. I don't see it happening ar ki.
Yeah, because if you think about it, Zidane's job isn't safe.
I think Zidane probably has this.
Valverde isn't safe, but this guy, he has a really safe job. Maybe he needs a little bit of a kick. Who knows? I just want to say Sevilla won 1-0. Ever Benega from the penalty spot. Do you want to speak about any other games, or I go to the table?
Let me see. No, I think we're good. Let's go to the table.
So Barcelona and Real Madrid level on points on 28. They have a game in hand over everybody else, Liga. So Sevilla in third.
I mean, against each other, pretty much.
Well, it is against each other. Yeah, that's true. And we game with this December 18th.
In a Wednesday night. That's it took money out someone.
Well, I think December 18th. So Atletico, as we said, down to 4th. Bilbao 5th with 23 points, and then Sociedad also on 23 points. They're behind on goal difference. The gap is opening up slightly because considering there was a point, I think, when 1 and 7 was divided by like 2 points or something. So that's expected. So and the gap will only get bigger. Let's just move on to.
আমি একটা জিনিস বলতে চাই, like relegation জন্য Espanyol আছে. So that's kind of,
and Espanyol is a big club.
Europa League খেলতে চাই বড়. By the way, এই উইকে কিন্তু Espanyol এর Chinese superstar Ulei goal দিছে.
Okay, that's interesting.
This is the only Chinese player in top 5 league.
Oh. Well, অনেক Japanese আর South Korean আছে.
Japanese, South Korean ভুরি এটা নিয়ে কিছু বলার নাই, কিন্তু Chinese is the only one. He was the best player in Chinese league.
All right, so let's just go to Germany. So Bayern won 4-0. Coutinho scored
which is a relief. Bayern won 4-0 against Dusseldorf. I mean, Dusseldorf is a sorry team, to be honest. It's an expected win for Bayern. Nothing more to add on. It's like a regular day for Bayern. It's so easy.
Okay, so let's just talk about probably the best game of the weekend in any league. Dortmund 3-0 down. How do you pronounce this game? Because Bengali hoye ami ei team pronounce
Paderborn, but I'm exactly sure now. Paderborn.
That's a hilarious name.
It's like probably you have to omit R. Paderborn.
Okay.
Slightly better.
So
they're the last team, by the way. Yeah, they were Signal Iduna Park.
Yeah. So what happened?
I don't know. I mean, Dortmund season শুরুর আগে ব্র্যাক করছে যে Hamels back. They probably have the experience, and Hamels playing this game, and still Dortmund. After problem, I think Manuel Akanji was injured, and they put Julian Weigl in defense. And Julian Weigl, he's a center defensive midfielder. He's not a center back. And J problem is on every long ball, he was so slow. They get caught out. Like every time, Dortmund always play very high line. And secondly, when you have a slow center back, and Hamels himself is a very slow defender, so ultimately they got exploited. And Nico Schulz left back, he had a bad game too, terrible game. So overall, like because of that injury and because of like the way they play, totally took advantage of it. But it's like a keepable. Like this is the type of game you need to win. Like Dortmund to me, Atletico ব্যাপারে জিনিসটা বলছো, Dortmund has a serious possibility to miss top 4.
I don't think Atletico has a serious.
Dortmund,
I don't think Spain's fifth team.
Because Spain's fifth team, Spain's problem, Spain's জিনিসটা হচ্ছে স্পেনে বাকি সবার কাছে খুব পয়েন্ট ড্রপ করবে। আমি এটা জার্মানিতে হবে, but I guess স্পেনে এটা আরো বেশি হবে। I think স্পেনে 5 to 19 এর গ্যাপ খুব কম থাকবে।
I think the only thing I'm with going back to Atletico is there's a possibility they might finish below Sevilla. I don't think they're finishing below like Sociedad or Bilbao or whoever.
Okay. So yeah, so Dortmund lose out in that. I mean, they should have got 3 points. I think it's 2 points lost for Dortmund this week. Looking at the other result, table topper Mönchengladbach, they lost to Union Berlin 0-2 away. So they had a 4-point gap, but after this week it's 1 point. Bayern.
Oh, অন্যদিকে Leipzig won 4-1.
Yeah, Leipzig and Bayern both win convincingly. Mönchengladbach drop point because Mönchengladbach lost to Union Berlin 2-0. So Leipzig convincing. I mean, Leipzig had some bad result in between, but Leipzig again picked up the form, kind of. Cologne was an easy team though. And overall, I mean, to the table, by the way, it's like 35 goals in 8 games, something like that.
Oh wow, 9 games.
9 games, right? German league is crazy. In terms of offense, German league is too much. 3.5 goals something per game.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
3.34, which is insane. Footballer junior. Mönchengladbach still number 1, 12 games, 25 points. Leipzig 2, Bayern 3rd, 12 games, 24 points. Freiburg, the surprise package, Ora 22 points, Schalke 22 points. And then you have Dortmund, Wolfsburg, Hoffenheim at 20, Leverkusen at 19. So, আমি still বলবো prediction দিব সেটা হচ্ছে I think it's between Leipzig and Bayern this season. আমি সিজনের শুরু থেকেই still Dortmund এর ব্যাপারে একটু skeptical ছিলাম। আমি লুসিয়ান ফার্বের রেকর্ড যা দেখলাম ওর প্রিভিয়াস জবগুলোতে, লুসিয়ান ফার্ব has a second season he has a Mourinho syndrome in the sense যে ও first season overachieve করে সবসময়. So and the way I think there is a problem in Dortmund. I think next season Sancho is gone from Dortmund. I can see that happening. So it's still I think it's a Leipzig Bayern race. যদিও Mönchengladbach first say they're going to drop points sometime. I mean it's inevitable. Okay, let's go to Italy. Your favorite league.
My favorite national team as well.
Big game
Well,
of the week.
just tell us
Atalanta.
like what sort of like scandal? এই উইকে তো কোনো স্ক্যান্ডাল ছিল না, right?
No. I mean, I'm joking. To be honest,
না
scandal
আমি
থেকে বলো. The thing is, তুমি দেখছো লিভারপুল যে গোলটা disallowed হয়েছে Crystal Palace against. That's a scandal, man.
well, the only thing I'll say about Italy is that they're always like Italy. At least there's always one game that's like super duper crazy, almost every week. Like if you remember a few weeks ago, Genoa, AC Milan, I think 4 players got red carded, and somehow Genoa missed like a 95-minute
2-1
penalty.
জিতছিল এই ম্যাচটা।
AC Milan 2-1, 9 জন নিয়ে খেলে 2-1. Something crazy. So something like that happened a week ago as well, where Lecce versus Cagliari, or the racist club, basically. So they had like there were 3 players sent off total. And Lecce ended the game with 10 men, and Cagliari ended the game with 9 men. Lecce scored 91st minute equalizer for 2-2. So that's my input for Italy this week.
You don't want to talk about Atalanta, Juventus?
So obviously, I'm a big fan of Atalanta, especially their manager. But yeah, they ran into a team that's better, basically. And Atalanta led for a long time.
They missed that penalty. I think that's a big.
They were still 1-0 up after. Like penalty to miss করছে যখন তখন 0-0 ছিল, and then they were 1-0 up.
I feel like যদি ওরা penalty goal, if they were 2-0 up, I don't think Juventus would have won. I just don't see Juventus coming back from 2 goal down.
Higo Energy, like this guy is
Higo something. Sorry, I think Sarri should be Argentina national team coach. Higo into final like খেলাবে।
Higo lock করতে পারছে।
Higo outshine করবে মেসি।
So basically, Juventus won 3-1 away against Atalanta, and Atalanta was doing really well. Recently, they were third for a while. I think they had a really bad November. But what are your thoughts on Ronaldo? He was injured, and then he was fit to play for Portugal, and then he's injured back again for Juventus. আমরা প্লেয়ারদেরকে অনেক লাইক কি বলবো, লাইক অনেক গালাগালি করছি ওভার দ্য ইয়ার্স, যে ইউজুয়ালি উল্টা হয়, যে ক্লাব ফুটবল ম্যাচ খেলে পরের দিন ইনজুর্ড, তারপর ইন্টারন্যাশনাল ব্রেকে 2 সপ্তাহ ইনজুর্ড, তারপরে ঠিক আবার ম্যাচ হওয়ার আগে। আই থিঙ্ক ম্যান ইউ প্লেয়ার্স ওয়ার লাইক সুপার ফেমাস ফর দিস, মনে আছে? Like I remember David Beckham একবার like he intentionally got a yellow card কোন একটা কোয়ালিফাইং গেমে, যেটার কারণে he was suspended পরের গেমে, and he didn't have to go to Macedonia or something. And like, but this is Ronaldo. He's like basically doing the exact opposite. Like, should we be criticizing? Like, we want players playing for the national teams, right?
এখন এই বছরটা যেটা গেছে রোনালদো, I mean, you see, I mean, he's getting old. ঠিক আছে, এখন lost some of the prolific goal scoring, মানে finishing pretty much, finishing এ or মানে before যে kind of 3 চান্সে ও 2টা গোল বা একটা গোল দিত, সেখানে এখন
was it Roberto Mancini who said that বলে রোনালদোকে দেখেন last 3 বছরে?
Capello, which I think is rubbish. Which I think is rubbish. এটা আমি মনে করি Capello is
no, I know that
he's talking out of his ass pretty much. এখন কাহিনী হচ্ছে I think Ronaldo international গেমগুলো দরকার ছিল to get his confidence back up, because he was playing against I think Lithuania and somebody else.
He's on 99 goals.
The thing is, or he needed ওই ম্যাচগুলোতে ওর ওই গোলগুলো দরকার ছিল, because that would give him a confidence booster, you know, because those were not as formidable opponents as like a mid-table Serie A team.
Most of Portugal's opponents are not as formidable.
True. I mean, Europe খেলে এরকম you gonna have some really bad teams like that. So
like you don't have any sort of like ill feeling towards Ronaldo. Say, why is he doing this? Or he shouldn't be doing this.
I mean, he's getting old as well. People mone kore is still 30-year-old Ronaldo. I mean, could be injured, you know. Obviously, it's mysterious, but I think media also reads a little too much onto this. I feel like it.
I don't think Ronaldo blamed you. That's I think I'm neutral in this one. I do want to bring out some funny posts from
your FLCB.
Yeah, so there was somebody who posted Ronaldo as he cutting a hat trick করলো. Was it Africa? Who was it? Macedonia or something?
No, I think Lithuania. No, Liechtenstein.
Oh,
LDS.
Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein.
Or whoever it was, even if it was
Post? J post একজন বলছে Ronaldo is finished.
No. So somebody posted so Ronaldo who a international game এদের against a goal দিলে মানুষ লাফালাফি করে and then whereas মানে complain করতেছে. And first of all, you shouldn't. Like, I don't think it matters. At the end of the day, your football stat বলবে যে you scored 100 international goals.
Just like Ali Day scored 109 goals.
And that's what matters exactly. Like 10 বছর পরে no one, I can guarantee you, আমি তোমাকে লেখা দিতে পারি 10 বছর পর কেউ এটা নিয়ে কথা বলবে না যে হ্যাঁ রোনাল্ডো কি বলবো লাইক লিস্টেনস্টাইনের সাথে 6টা গোল দিছে, আর্মেনিয়ার সাথে মানে 8টা গোল দিছে, whatever. No one will talk about this. This will not matter. Ronaldo will go down as one of the greatest footballers ever. But I'm talking about fanboys only. So they're saying obviously Messi fanboys come out, Ronaldo Pudai Pochettino says no point. And then Ronaldo fanboys come back. It's like, so what happens when Messi scores a hat trick against Leganes or Getafe or whatever? The thing is, like, the level, like Spain, I would say second division in row, most teams would probably beat most of these, like FIFA 180th
really
ranked.
bad. I don't. Getafe, I think, is definitely a credible opponent compared to Liechtenstein. I mean, I'm both saying that I'm taking nothing away from.
I would say Leganes La Liga bottom of the table. They're way more credible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not able to say. I'm able to say I mean, La Liga third division team probably comparable to Liechtenstein. La Liga 3. So
probably. But I guess আমি চ্যাম্পিয়নশিপের ফুটবল
লিechtenstein আর বাংলাদেশের লেভেলের মধ্যে খুব একটা ডিফারেন্স নেই, আমি এটা বলবো।
I would say Bangladesh better. The only reason Liechtenstein whatever they are, or San Marino, let's just say.
But Liechtenstein তো ইয়ে খেলে Frederick Beyond, no?
I will just say
NYCFC
I think Bangladesh যদি এরকম লেভেলে কম্পিটিটিভ গেমস খেলতো on a regular basis,
probably better ছিল বাংলাদেশ,
probably Bangladesh
more population, more resource in a way আর কি, obviously. All right, okay, yeah. Okay, what other game? Torino Inter Milan 0-3. Where Inter I think Inter Juventus সাথে হারার পর had they drew one game, but এর বাইরে I don't think they lost any points. What do you say about Lautaro and Lukaku combination? It's getting really good.
Yeah, we'll talk more about it
later, but
because Lukaku is in great form. He's a very important part of this Inter Milan team. Lautaro Martinez, he's still young. A lot of people were not very impressed or Argentina performance here. He probably didn't have his best games. And then
Argentina, okay, but I mean
Messi এর সাথে কেউ কোনো ফরওয়ার্ডই ভালো খেলে না, is that what it is?
Argentina কিন্তু he had a good Copa America, if you saw that one.
Yeah, I remember, yeah. So he's good. Like he has been, the two of them together can make a big difference for Inter Milan. And for a good time too, because Lukaku himself is like what, 26 years old.
Yeah, he's not too old. I don't think or manage striker the peak age 28 to 30.
But these can last for a long time.
Yeah. Okay. এবং ওদের টিমটা অনেক ইয়াং, ওদের মিডফিল্ড অনেক ইয়াং, ইন্টার অনেক ইয়াং players.
But we'll talk about another Inter Milan player maybe a little bit further. So let's just do any other Italian games.
Quick mention যে Milan Napoli drew 1-1.
Oh yes, I remember that one.
Sassuolo, Lazio won against Sassuolo. They're third in the league. We jump to the table. Lazio at third, 13 game, 27 point. Inter is actually 7 point ahead of Lazio. এখন 34. Juve 35. Still a two-horse race. I don't see anybody's coming to this.
Oh, this is now a completely two-horse race.
আমার মনে হয় না ওরা কেউ ওদের সাথে I don't think anybody's getting hot between 3 to 7 or 8, whatever. Napoli ব্যাপারে কুইকলি বলা আছে, I think Napoli player এবং Napoli owner মধ্যে problem. So Lab has kind of, I see a lot of players gone next year or the owner gone, you know.
Napoli owner to মাথা problem আছে অনেক আগে.
Team producer, but he actually to me এটা তো মানতে হবে, he actually rejuvenated this team, কারণ ও যখন takeover করে তখন Napoli third division ছিল.
Yeah. And which is sad for a big club like Napoli. So let's just do PSG quickly. What was the result? I don't know. I never follow PSG.
2-0 Lille against Lille. It was a Friday night game, as you mentioned.
Oh, have one has seeing it.
আবার Friday night খেলছে। এটা নিয়ে আমি আমার ফ্রেঞ্চ কলিগদের জিজ্ঞেস করছি। ওরা বলছে হ্যাঁ ওরা for some reason advantage-টা পায়।
See, now you're seeing it. Finally, like আমি এটা বলছি এখন now everybody else is noticing it.
No, it's actually a great revelation, to be honest.
Our FLCB podcast, we figured something this is our gift to
our audience.
To football, teacher audience. You're welcome, football. All right, so let's do the Copa Libertadores. Inter Milan, Gabriel Barbosa on
the failed one.
Yeah, the failed one.
হ্যাঁ, তুমি কি জানো জানি না এই বছর this is the first time or two-legged final থেকে one-legged finale move করছিল,
which was a really good idea in my opinion.
I mean because South America is not too it's not too hard to move from one part to the other. South America মধ্যে আর কি.
Well, it's huge, but I think for one game I think you can do it.
In Asia এটা possible না, ঠিক আছে?
I would still say in Asia though, for the final, it's just one game and it's the final.
Problem হচ্ছে fan culture is not strong আর কি.
Which is why I'm able to see Champions League final, New York City, MetLife Stadium is coming. Please make it happen. UEFA.
হচ্ছে তোমার purist. I present to you the purist, traditionalist.
I don't care.
Oh my god.
MetLife Stadium, New York City.
আমার কিছু বলার নেই, আচ্ছা আমি ব্যাপারে কিছু বলবো না, বাট কোপা ফাইনাল আমি বলতেছিলাম it was reminiscent to 1990.
I believe Copa Libertadores final MetLife Stadium. Maybe MetLife Stadium full করবে, probably.
Copa Libertadores final গত বছর সান্টিয়াগো বার্নাব্যুতে হইছে সেকেন্ড লেগ because River Plate Boca Juniors সেকেন্ড খেলাটা
গ্যাঞ্জামের কারণে। Yeah, I remember.
So সান্টিয়াগো বার্নাব্যুতে করতে পারলে
MetLife would have been better for them, right? আমি কি লাস্ট ইয়ারের কথা চিন্তা করি নাই।
তুমি কি জানো যে আচ্ছা আমরা probably একটু সাইড ট্র্যাক হচ্ছি, বাট তুমি কি জানো যে পেরেজ সান্টিয়াগো বার্নাব্যুতে টেনিস ম্যাচ করতে চায়? পেরেজ the type of guy.
Actually I would say Copa Libertadores probably MetLife are possible now, because on the football season NFL চলতেছে, so and plus Giants and Jets দুইটাই, so that might have. But Champions League definitely Mayte there's nothing going on, so
I mean I don't endorse this idea, by the way, guys.
I fully endorse this idea.
I absolutely don't endorse this idea anyway.
I absolutely endorse this idea.
No, because I think CONCACAF Champions League protect করা উচিত. Domestic
nobody cares.
You'd be surprised. A lot of Mexican player cares about CONCACAF Champions League.
Yeah, but it's still like I don't think
I would rather see domestic clubs from America develop rather than European clubs taking more club share from America. Anyway, I'm a point here to see. River Plate versus Flamengo. Flamengo, by the way, if people don't know about it, Flamengo is probably one of the most popular sports team in the world.
Yeah, because
Brazil are enormous.
Yeah, and they're based in probably the football capital of the world. Yeah, Rio de Janeiro.
So it was reminiscent to 99 final. I mean, I don't want to remember that Champions League final between Bayern and Man U.
Yep.
River Plate was scored very early, I think 13 minutes, এবং the difference in কি বলবো, like standard difference, it was pretty visible. Obviously Champions League was better, but I thought it was a good game. Up to 60 minutes পর্যন্ত খুব একটা clear cut chance দুই টিম ক্রিয়েট করতে পারেনি. After 60 minutes team starting to open up, এবং finally I think Flamengo were creating more after 60, but River Plate had their chances. And then after 85, Barbosa scored those two goals. It was a very surprising end to the. I mean, I don't expect Flamengo to score those two goals, to be honest. Let alone one. I mean, a goal score করবে এটা ভাবিনি, কারণ I thought River was gonna hold on to that 1-0. So, একটা পয়েন্ট বলতে চাচ্ছিলাম সেটা হচ্ছে এই উইন্টার কারণে I think এই লসটার কারণে River Plate কোচ Marcelo Gallardo, I think his name, or stock অনেকটা পড়ছে, because he's heavily linked with Barcelona, because somebody is throwing their support behind him. Someone from Barcelona.
I think he would fit perfectly with Barcelona, because Barcelona lead bottle scorer record is good in recent years. So
এটা নিয়ে বলতেছিল যে আর্জেন্টিনার টিম বটল করছে, তারপরে রিভার প্লেটের ফ্যানরা বলতেছে কেন আমরা তো লাস্ট ইয়ার জিতছি, বলছে হ্যাঁ এগেইনস্ট ফেলো আর্জেন্টিনিয়ানস। আচ্ছা যাই হোক, হ্যাঁ বাই দ্য ওয়ে ফাইনালের ব্যাপারে একটা জিনিস বলা আছে, ফাইনালের ইনিশিয়াল ভ্যালু কিন্তু চিলিতে ছিল, but they moved it to Peru because চিলিতে এখন গভর্নমেন্টাল প্রোটেস্ট চলতেছে।
Yeah.
Huge level. So yeah.
Peru is a beautiful country.
By the way, তুমি কি জানো এই উইকে আরো একটা কন্টিনেন্টাল চ্যাম্পিয়নশিপ ফাইনাল ডিসাইডেড হয়েছে?
Okay, tell us.
It was AFC Champions League final.
Okay, and who won?
For the first time in 9 years, a team from West Asia won. Because West versus East খেলে AFC Champions League final because they are separate zone.
Yeah, exactly. It's not possible.
হ্যাঁ, so ফাইনালে ছিল হচ্ছে আল হিলাল অফ সৌদি আরবিয়া ভার্সেস উরাওয়া রেড ডায়মন্ডস জাপান জে লিগ। উরাওয়া এবং আল হিলাল দুজনই ওদের দেশের রেসপেক্টিভলি মোস্ট সাপোর্টেড ক্লাব, এবং ফার্স্ট লেগে আল হিলাল নিজেদের মাঠে 1-0 তে জিতে, সেকেন্ড লেগে they won in Japan 2-0, so they won 3-0 on aggregate. এবং Al Hilal, I think, probably the most well-funded, along with the Chinese powerhouse team in Asia. You would be surprised the amount of star that plays for Al Hilal. I mean, you know, Bapatimba Gomis is the striker. Sebastian Giovinco is there. Sebastian Giovinco plays for them, and he got $10 million playing for them. So they're pouring money for their team. They're going to be in the World Cup, Club World Cup, that is, which I think is in December.
That's good.
Qatar. Yeah.
Anyways, is that the end of football for this weekend? Probably.
Yeah.
Let's just mention let's just go back to this UFC announcement. This is what 20 minutes ago, maybe. So Conor McGregor back. Or last fight chilo was October last year against Khabib Nurmagomedov, and so Cowboy Cerrone is not an easy fight, and plus I think this is at welterweight as well. So
okay.
McGregor welterweight
একটা ফাইট করছে
দুটা ফাইট করছে actually নেট ডিয়াজের সাথে একটা জিতছে একটা হারছে. I just don't know, like, why Cowboy Cerrone? It's a little baffling.
But who else? Tony Ferguson?
ছিল তো তোমার
Gaethje.
Justin Gaethje, yeah.
I think
Justin Gaethje is probably a bigger money fight as well. I guess Cowboy Cerrone কারণে সব Donald Trump ফ্যানরা চলে আসবে, maybe.
I guess. I just don't think. I think Gaethje probably would have been an easier fight compared to Cowboy because welterweight, bantamweight, 155 or 170.
Yeah.
So এই কারণে আর কি আমি বলবো যেটা সেটা হচ্ছে, but I still think it's not a bad fight for Conor because I don't think Cowboy is the type of fighter who has any ground game.
And so Cowboy Cerrone has slowed. আগের মতন এত fast না. That's entirely true. And okay, yeah, maybe if you think about it, like McGregor slow fighter that against, like, he has more time to connect or left arm.
I don't remember Cowboy.
Really curious one.
I don't really remember Cowboy going like ground and মানুষের pound করছে অথবা he had a great wrestling or anything like that, you know.
I really wonder এটা কি এই ফাইটটা কি ব্রুকলিনে হবে? I'm curious. If this is in Brooklyn, I might consider going.
Brooklyn, I think হবে হচ্ছে Conor versus Brooklyn Khabib versus কি হবে? Tony Ferguson. Because Khabib বলছে যে ও ভেগাসে ফাইট করতে চায় না.
Okay. Anyways, that's just very interesting. Also, quickly, let's mention WWE Survivor Series, NXT Takeover War Games. They were both amazing. Especially War Games was out of this world.
I didn't watch the War Game. I watched Survivor Series somewhat.
So Survivor Series, especially I think the Adam Cole versus Pete Dunne match was probably match of the night, and the triple threat, Roderick Strong versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles, that was amazing as well. Roderick Strong won.
I don't know about you, but I thought Raw SmackDown versus NXT Survivor Series match was good.
It was, yeah, the men's one was really good. I think the women's one.
I mean, men's one কথা বলতেছি.
Women's stuff was like a disaster, but
yeah, because especially the way WWE hype Keith Lee was huge for him.
Yeah, plus also, like, if you look at, like, NXT won 4, and then SmackDown won 2, and then Raw won 1, which is interesting because, like, Raw or SmackDown দুটা মিলাও
hierarchy WWE cash cow that you.
Yeah, so Raw SmackDown দুটা মিলা NXT হারাতে পারে না, which was insane, right? It's like you don't expect that sort of thing.
I did মানে আমি ভাবছি NXT কিছু ম্যাচ জিতবে, but I didn't expect them to win 4 games. I mean 4 out of whatever is available. So No, I think it was a good concept যে WWE NXT কে incorporate করছে Survivor Series. I think Survivor Series আমি জানি না তোমার ব্যাপারে, but I thought Survivor Series was in a position where they're about to lose their top 4 status.
I think Survivor Series was like if so WWE has 4 big pay-per-views yearly, and Survivor Series was by far like far and wide number 4, and Ormodho Survivor Series was like it was feeling less important than say Money in the Bank, which
I think Money in the Bank has a good shout, Jeff Thor, because it has huge implication, you know.
Yeah, but I think this year Survivor Series like made its comeback, because usually Survivor Series was number 2 at one point for a long time, and then sort of like SummerSlam took that, and then Royal Rumble became
definitely number 2. I think no, actually SummerSlam. Sorry.
So, yeah, I think SummerSlam is still number 2, and Royal Rumble is probably number 3. But yeah, Survivor Series felt fresh. It felt something new. You saw Keith Lee versus Roman Reigns. That's amazing. And all these other matches, like last year's Nakamura versus AJ Styles, kotoguli matches, and it didn't like. But you just added Roderick Strong, and it felt like so big. And also Shayna Baszler winning at the end was amazing. War Games was crazy. If you have time, just go back and watch War Games. We last spot with Thomas Ciampa and Adam Cole, out of this world. তারপরে শুরুতে Dakota Kai, heel turn, crazy. Rhea Ripley looks like a superstar as well. Anyways, yeah, so that should be it for our podcast for this week. Thank you all for joining and staying till the end. Like, share, and subscribe. Orvid, last thoughts?
No, I mean, we're gonna see Barcelona Atletico next week, so.
Oh yeah.
That one.
Well, Newcastle Man City, St. James's Park. Remember last year আমরা হারাইছিলাম, so don't forget. Alright.
আমার আগামী 200 বছর এটা শুনতে হবে আমার। Okay.
তোমার and সবার. Alright, bye guys.
Okay, take care guys.